Remember my glasses today, so you can.
There you go. You want me to turn the other way?
Yeah, you
can
can
have
now.
your son out there today.
It only took me one time.
Coach, where are areas of improvement for Michael Carter going in next year?
He's, you know, one thing he's working hard on is his pass protection. You know, recognizing things just so he can be more aware, pre-snap, understanding, you know, depths and levels of linebackers and when the possibility of them coming.
Now that you've had a couple of junior days here with the construction going on over there, and you can really show guys that you're close to moving in, what kind of reaction are you getting from kids that's different?
Well, I think they're excited about it. You know, you got anytime you have growth and change, they're excited about it. So, you know, we're excited about it. Our team's excited about it, and creates a buzz. And when people come in and they see what we're building and what the commitment is, and they get excited.
How much time do you spend showing them that stuff and kind of promoting it?
Well, we make sure that every one of them sees it. We make sure we talk about it. You know, I don't know how much time we spend, but I mean, you know, that's when they come on campus, we're making sure we're showing them all of our facilities.
Coach Brewer left the program, obviously, for a job with the Eagles. You've worked with him for so long, Oklahoma State and back here. What was that kind of like, you know, his decision to leave there, the time you spent with him, and your thoughts on that situation?
Well, I mean, it's kind of a bittersweet. I mean, you know, you hate to lose a guy, part of your family that's, you know, been with you for 10 years, but at the same time, you're excited for him because it's something that was a goal of his to do, and so you're excited for him, and you wish him well, and you know, you move on, and he moves on.
Do you think was that a tough decision for him to make?
I would think so. You know, I mean, you know, because he loved Carolina and everything about it. He's been here 12 years. I mean, so he's that was a tough thing for him, but it was something that it was too hard for him to pass up at this time in his life.
Brandon Fritz last week said that he put his name in back in December to get some information from the league. Do you find that helps guys a lot that come back, and have you seen a difference in him, how it was beneficial for him to get that information?
I think it, you know, in some cases it helps the guys want to know where they stand and how they compare to other guys across the country, because a lot of times they don't have a way to know. And so the committee does, I think the committee does a good job of that. And then, you know, a kid knows what he needs to work on and how hard he needs to work to be the best that he can be.
Have you seen benefit from him?
No doubt. No doubt.
What are your expectations for J.K. Pitt this year?
Well, I mean, he's got experience now. He's a guy that we expect to lead on the back end along with Miles Dorn. I mean, he's a guy that's a solid tackler, a guy that, you know, is experienced and should make plays for us now.
Have you had a tight end group as deep as the group you have now?
We've got some depth there, you know. We really do. You know, with Fritz and Tucker and you know, Argus and Walston and Turner, we've got some guys that can make plays for us and understand what we're trying to do. So it's a nice group.
I don't think it's that close to happening, but there's been some talk about the NCAA level letting kids transfer without any penalty of sitting out. If your leadership came to you and asked you for your opinion on that topic, what would it be?
It would be, there would have to be a lot of circumstances around it. There'd be a lot of things that we would have to think about and how that's going to affect everything that goes on. It's easy to say just let someone transfer and let them play immediately, but you have to think about what that's going to do, you know, with a team, and how if you have multiple people doing that, how you can ever keep a team and know what your scholarship numbers are. So there's a lot of different circumstances that would have to be talked out and talked through. And there would have to be some type of stipulation on it. You couldn't just have everybody that wants to go any time. You know, I mean, there'd have to be some time frames. So that's way
a dud one. Like, it's, you know, you put a rule in and you think maybe it's a good idea, but.
Yeah, that's why I think we have to be very careful about what we do. We have to really think it through. And we got to think about the long-term effect, you know, so, but that's way above my level.
Offensive line's going to look a lot different next year than it has. I wonder what your thoughts are about that group.
Well, they're a young group right now. You know, we've got everybody back out there except William Sweet and J.J. McCargo. So, you know, they're getting a lot of reps, but there's a lot of young guys out there. So, you know, they're learning as we go right now.
Some of those young guys that traveled with you last year, like Marcus, if you were pressed into a situation to maybe have to play them, would they have been able to pick themselves pretty well, do you think?
Well, I think, yeah, we had prepared them to play, you know, and we're hoping that we weren't going to have to play them, you know, so we could save their year. That's the one rule that I wish would change, is that you could play some guys a few games without it costing them their year. But with all the injuries that we had last year, we could have used those guys. But we were able to hold them out, but they were prepared to play every week. We had to prepare them because they were the next guy.
Jonah Melton's a guy who missed all or most of his senior year when he had an injury. Came in here, he played in the spring game last year. Where is he now as far as being ready to contribute?
He's come a long way since he stepped foot on this campus. Because he missed his whole, just like you said, he missed his senior year, and so it's been a while since he's got out there. In fact, the scrimmage the other day was his most competitive reps he's had Saturday in a long time, and you could tell he was a little rusty. But it was good to have him back out there and doing it.
How's Coach Pascal transitioning to the wide receiver role, and what's your history with him and how that kind of came about?
Well, I've been around Luke for a long time. He GA'd under Coach Brewer at Oklahoma State. He's known him for a long time. He's done a great job. He was here as a GA. I felt very comfortable moving him into that position because he knows all the terminology, he knows everything that the receivers have been taught. He knows the offense inside out and backwards. It was by far the smoothest transition because he was so accustomed to everything that we do. And then on top of that, giving him the special teams.
What do you think is the biggest improvement, or the biggest issue with the defense last season you can kind of point to, and what are the things you really focus on?
Catastrophic plays, just giving up big plays. We play well throughout the game and then give up a big play for a touchdown. So, once we can eliminate those catastrophic plays, we'll be a much better team.
Anything else you're focusing on in particular this
spring
on defense?
A lot of things we're focusing on. A lot of things, but you asked me what last year was one of the things that was glaring, and that was it. We're focused on a lot of things. I can give you a list of things.
How about two things outside the catastrophic plays that you really
two things that we're working on is communication and tackling.
Okay.
Malik Carney.
Yeah, pretty important.
Malik Carney said last week that he went over every play from last season and said that there were about 6 or 7 sacks that he missed. How close is he at kind of taking his game to another level?
Well, he has the ability to get there. He's a guy that could be in the double-digit sack. He could have double-digit sacks. He really could. And you're right. You go back and look at all the plays he was on the field. He's right there on 5 or 6 more that he could have gotten to. And so, we've challenged him, and hopefully he's going to have the kind of spring and summer and fall camp that he needs to have to be able to step up to that next level.
Is studying film to the degree that he does, is it kind of unique for him, or pretty much all the guys?
Well, I think all these guys that want to perfect their craft and want to be as good as they can be, they're going to spend a lot of time, they're going to study it. And, they have to be students of the game to get better.
I want to make sure I'm explaining the spring game decision correctly.
Okay.
You got some construction going on.
Right.
The cross is here, so there's a lot going on in the stadium.
Yeah.
So that's the primary reason.
That's
right?
part of it, yeah. And the other reason is to be able to have another scrimmage. I can get a whole lot more plays and get what I need for our team at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So it was
the scrimmage you'll do.
Yes. Oh, we'll
without us, right?
Oh yeah, we're going to scrimmage.
Yeah.
And we're going to get, we'll probably get twice as many plays and get what situational that we need, to help our team be better. So it was a combination of both.
Your call is what I'm getting at.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's something you might do in the future? Maybe just
Possibly.
do away with spring games?
It just depends on the situation. We got a lot of young guys that we're trying to get reps with. We need as many reps as possible. Spring game, is a kind of a celebration. You go out and play a game in front of the fans, We don't always get as much as we want out of it as a coaching staff and for our team at that. Now, there's some things that you get out of it that are really good. But then there are other things that we need to work on that we wouldn't get out of it.
You know how there's the Stableford scoring in golf? Are you familiar with this?
What's that?
The Stableford scoring system in golf?
No.
They have a different scoring system for birdies and pars and bogeys. I'm going to petition the NCAA to have the Fedora scoring system for spring games.
Oh, the one we had from spring game?
Yeah. I'm still trying to figure that one out, though.
I got it.
Yeah?
I got it on paper for you. I'll give it to you sometime.
You put it on yellow pad and we'll be cooking.
It'll be tweeted out in a minute and a half.
The Fedora scoring system. It'll be a thing.
All that is something where you're trying to get, because defensively in a game like that, they don't have a way to score. So you're trying to you're scoring them for third down stops. You're scoring them for turnovers, obviously. And so you're trying to make the defense try to be an equal situation.
You got to text Roy about the state of the scoring. He's not going to be very happy with you right now.
He knows it, but he's way up there in golf. I'm not.
All right, guys.
All right,
All right.